So this is hose reel from Harbor Freight Part 2. I did decide to pull all of the hose off so that I could show you the internal bits. Walking around the hose on the bottom there. Random beer bottle in the way. I had a battery failure, so now I got it plugged in, so we should be good. I'm just using my phone for now because I'm pretty Amish, and we all know that's Amish people use phones to record everything on their videos. So this is the internals. As you can see here, the handle comes down and goes through there, and it screws on right there to the center axle, which is a solid steel axle. It was kind of not straight in here where this piece threads on. This is the air connection. Comes from the outside there, from the banjo swivel air connection in the cavity, and then provides air inside here where you have to screw in your air hose. When I made these plywood circles to go on there, I had to, I don't know if you can see it, use a tool to cut out this area so I could get this properly screwed in there. Obviously they didn't design the tool, the hose reel, to have this piece on here, so sometimes when you're doing stuff like that you have to make adjustments to have things work properly. So yeah, this comes unscrewed right there. It's all normal right hand Titan thread, goes through. This is also right hand Titan thread. Nothing in this actually is reverse. When this comes in the box, one of these brackets is attached to this middle piece, and the rest you have to attach on your own, which is 3 other brackets. It's not a big deal. My air compressor was running, and I used the ratchet wrench I also got at the store to put those on. A little bit of product testing there. And in the back there you can see the mounts to the French cleat, those 2 little fasteners. There's 4 holes to make it sturdier. I didn't necessarily see a need to do it at the time. I'll probably do it at some point in the future, just to make sure it's absolutely sturdy and straight. I just couldn't find the fasteners at the time in my garage. They weren't in my hardware drawer or anything. This little spring, I guess, keeps tension on this side on the handle, a pre-tension on those threads, so it shouldn't come out. It's pretty much useless. I found out, if you see the way that this hose is coiled in this direction is reverse of the photograph on the beautifully glued together hose on the picture, which goes the other direction. This is the ideal toilet paper roll configuration, and this is the shit particles all over your hand toilet paper roll configuration. So yeah, this is the way to do it for this way, the way that it's designed based on the direction that the threads here and here tighten. If you think about it, if I'm gonna roll this up, I want to go this way, which tightens the handle in the clockwise direction, which for a right hand thread makes this tight. I tried to follow the directions on the picture on the box, and the handle came loose and started, coming off. So if you have that problem, you're probably coiling it up the wrong way. So there's that. Now another thing with that, when you spin the handle counterclockwise to reel it up, because that's the correct direction for this thread, this handle piece, which is a swivel, it turns, spins the opposite direction in the counterclockwise force applied. And this little end cap I found when I first put it in, there's this little fastener in here that's put in there. That is also right hand thread. So if this is right hand thread and the correct direction is counterclockwise, then the correct direction for this thread should be the opposite, because you're turning it the opposite direction as you go around. So this fastener, I didn't tighten it down out of the box. I don't know if it was in there out of the box. If it was barely, because when I put it on there and I finally got it all together and I was reeling it up, the handle, this sleeve part, fell off. And I couldn't find this for a while, and I had to search my garage to find this little fastener to fit in there. Again, Chinese fasteners, they make their own threads, and I don't know if I would be able to find the exact right thread at the store. So luckily I found that, put the cap back in, tightened it down, and it was good to go. Besides that, there is a minor air leak out of this swiveling banjo connection, which isn't a huge deal, because it's just not a big leak. If you're looking at that as a defect, you don't know much about mechanical physics, because it turns. You know, it's a swivel joint. You could put some O-rings in there possibly, but you're looking at a much more expensive hookup, and for the price, this works. It's a tiny air leak. I have a huge 60-gallon compressor. If that matters to you, you probably shouldn't have this long of a hose and have used it for that many different purposes. This works for me. I might upgrade it in the future. This is ultimately my auxiliary hose. I'm probably going to buy a shorter, retractable version from the store that I can use just in my garage, and this one will be used for going further distances. So that concludes my review of this product. If you have any more questions, I don't know why. I'm pretty sure I answered them all, but feel free to leave them in the comments below the video. I hope this was helpful, and have an outstanding day.